Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am doing a what I wear in a week video. Today, the weather is like insane. The wind is blowing outside so loud. It's in the single digits. So if you hear sounds that make it seem like there's an active tornado happening, it is basically. So just try to tune that out to the best of your ability. I'm gonna start with an outfit of the day for today's day, which is Saturday. And I already took a few clips of 2 other days. I did Wednesday and Friday. Listen, I said it's going to be 7 days. I didn't say it's going to be 7 days consecutively. Okay? So, but I will show you those 2 days now. They were just very basic outfits, really not anything special, just things that were comfortable. Hey guys, so today's outfit, let me show you what I think I'm gonna put on. I have this, which is just like a plain Henley pink top because I'm just staying in the house today. I'm not planning on leaving at all because the temperature is in literally like the single digits. It's freezing, the wind is loud as hell. I'm not feeling like going out. And then I have these like ribbed, flared stretch pants that are gray. I got these from Halara, but because I'm filming today, obviously I have to do my makeup and stuff too, but I like to add just like some nicer stuff even if I'm not actually going out. So there's this cute cardigan that I found at TJ Maxx a couple weeks ago. And then obviously I'm going to do accessories and stuff, and you guys are going to see that in the actual video though, so I don't have to go over that right now. Then now, as you can see, and as I outlined before I started filming this intro, this is what I have on today to film. I have the beautiful TJ Maxx cardigan. I have this little macaron pendant from Kate Spade. I have this gold necklace that my parents got me. It's like a woven chain type design with a little heart. And then I have my rings. Here we have my L initial ring that I got for Christmas. And then on this side we have my splint rings. This one broke. I have to replace the charm. And I'm gonna like find one on Amazon and just attach it myself. But yeah, I always wear these and they just keep my finger from overextending. And I'm using my sunglasses as a headband. And then for my makeup, you can kind of see my makeup. It's just simple, like a pink shadow on my eye. But yeah, now I just want to talk a little bit about fashion in general and some of the things that I think hold us back when it comes to fashion. Because what I hear a lot of people say a lot of the time is, oh, well, it doesn't make sense for me to wear this necklace because I'm not really doing anything. Or it doesn't make sense for me to wear XYZ because I only want to wear that for a special occasion, whatever. And in some situations that makes sense, right? Like obviously you do want to dress appropriately for the places that you're going and the things that you're doing. The weather, your job, whether you're just staying and relaxing at home, like any activities you're going to be doing, that is naturally going to inform what you're wearing. So in that way, our lifestyle and our circumstances do shape our fashion, but we don't have to let it be the complete determiner of our fashion and the way that we look. Even if you don't technically need to throw a necklace on an outfit and you might feel like, oh, well, then I'm gonna look like a tryhard. It doesn't matter. Just add accessories and things that spark joy for you. I feel like accessories are very important when it comes to having a sense of self and a sense of identity in the clothing and the outfits that we wear on a daily basis, because so many of us are in limited situations where either there is a uniform we have to wear or there is rules about what we're allowed to wear and how we're allowed to dress. And because of that, you can feel very starved of a sense of personal identity. Like when I was in elementary school and when I was in high school, but especially in elementary school, I had to wear this Catholic schoolgirl uniform like 24/7, and it was honestly the most irritating thing to constantly have a skirt on, number one. I mean, you don't know a challenging life until you have to have a skirt on in weather in which you don't want to have a skirt on. We weren't allowed to wear nail polish. We could only have clear nail polish. We were not allowed to dye our hair, even natural colors. I got in trouble for having blonde highlights in middle school because we were not under any circumstances permitted to have color in our hair. We were not allowed to wear earrings that were bigger than the size of a dime. If you had earrings that were bigger than a size of a dime, you were getting measured and you were getting like called out for that. Your headband could not be too thick, and they preferred that you wear the school issue headband. You had to wear knee-high socks at all times. You had to wear these clunky black work shoes that were so fundamentally unflattering. They were heavy. Actually, that is when you got a little bit older. When you're a girl, little girl, they had you wear these very specific Mary Jane style shoes. As you can see from what I'm describing, I came from an environment where everything was micromanaged. You couldn't wear any makeup either, but I'm pretty sure that was obvious. Like any tinted lip balms or anything like that, absolutely not. Any mascaras, no. You could have nothing basically, because that was ungodly and it made you a hooker, clearly. One time I tried to wear these earrings that I got at Justice to school because I was just like, let me just see, you know, maybe they'll let it happen. I don't know. Obviously they weren't going to let it happen, but I was like, I was tired of it, I guess. I was like, let me just try this. It was these like big like silver hoop earrings. If you were in middle school and elementary school at the time that I was, you're gonna know what sort of style I'm referencing. It was that silver hoop, and then it had like a little like chain, like dangly part in the middle, and it had a hot pink feather, right? Do you remember those? Yes, okay. So they were either from like Justice or Claire's or something. And they were like, obviously take them out. What the fuck? They were like, hell no. But my point is that I tried, did I not? I tried to have some personality. I tried to have some of my own flair, even if it wasn't allowed or even if I couldn't. So the moral of that story is, if you can get away with adding your own personalized elements to your work uniform or just the types of clothes that you have to wear on a day-to-day basis, just adding your own flair to things can be really impactful for the way that you feel and think. Which is where I'm going to make my second point, that clothing shapes the way that you feel and think, and like shapes your attitude and energy just as much, if not more, than your circumstances shape your clothes. Not only do your circumstances shape your clothes shape your circumstances. That's why if you've ever heard people say dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have, I don't think it's always possible to do that, but I think in sentiment it is true, because there have been studies done, and people always say this, they always go, there have been studies done that, look it up. I don't know the exact studies, but I'm telling you, like, I'm not making this up. Like, you're welcome to look it up. There have been studies done where people, their psychology changes based on what they're wearing. I remember there was one in particular where they had people put a white lab coat on, and then they had people do the same like scientific-esque activity or like math activity without the white lab coat on. And then the people with the lab coat on did better than the people without the lab coat because it made them feel smart. So if you wear things that you think are beautiful, it's going to help you to feel beautiful. If you wear things that you think make you look professional, it's going to help you to feel like a professional. And then that's going to bounce back out into the world in the way that you speak and the way that you act, making it so that the people you're talking to and your clients or whoever, they're going to perceive you as more professional as well. For me, I like barely leave my house, which is why the title of this video is probably going to be like a realistic what I wear in a week as a homebody or a stay-at-home daughter or whatever, because those are just my like, that's the cutest way to put I am disabled and cannot work. Like, I think that stay-at-home daughter versus I am disabled and cannot work, I feel like the vibes of those two things are different. I just think that those vibes are different, okay? So for me, where I'm at right now, I'm not able to have a job. So a lot of the time I have to just sit on my ass at home, and I do my best to do things at home. Like obviously I have my channel, I have other like creative and artistic outlets I try to do. But because of that, it doesn't always make sense, or it's not always the most comfortable to like wear jeans all day. That's where I feel like my perspective is a little bit different when it comes to this topic. But I also think that any of you guys who like work from home or work remotely, which is a very large number of people now, any of you guys who do that could probably also relate to me. It's more comfortable to sit in a chair in jeans than it is to sit on a couch in jeans. Let me know if you agree. But yeah, those were the primary points that I wanted to make about fashion and sort of why I'm making this video, I guess, because I'm interested when I see the way that other people live and when they post their vlogs of them just going about their life. That's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, comment a dress emoji down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. A part of me is like, is this boring and dumb? Like, who wants to see this? Yet people watch what I wear in a week videos like all the time. I have a very particular sense of style that's like influenced by multiple different aesthetics and time periods. I wear a lot of stuff that could be considered like Y2K or like early 2000s. I wear things that are inspired by the 60s and 70s. Like, I just wear things that are inspired by, I pull from many things. I like to have lots of feminine elements and things like that. That's why today's outfit, even though I'm just staying in the house because I'm going on camera, I did a little bit extra. Today is Tuesday, and this is today's outfit. I have my Selkie sweatshirt on. I got this like years ago in one of their mystery bag things they used to do. I'm not sure if they still do those or not. I have this necklace on. It's just like a small little hot pink gem, and this is from Oomiyay, or however you say their brand name, Oomiyay. Just like you guys saw the other day, I have this gold necklace on. This is my everyday necklace. And I just have some simple hoops in. And for my rings, I have my everyday rings, but I also stack this heart ring with it and this heart bracelet because Valentine's Day is coming up. And for pants, it's the same gray pants that you guys saw the other day. In order to make this video more interesting, I wanted to like incorporate some of my thoughts on fashion. So I thought I could talk about what my fashion goals are for the spring and summer, because in my opinion, it's a lot easier to dress cute in the spring and summer. I mean, in the fall and winter, you do have layering, but there gets a certain point in the winter where it is so extremely cold that you really can't do anything cute. You have to just focus on like putting the warmest options on and being comfortable. The first thing is I really want to wear more of my clothes that I don't always gravitate towards, because comfort is a big thing for me, and I think comfort is important to everyone in the clothes that they wear. However, I think some people can tolerate being uncomfortable more than others. My little bear is messed up back there. I just noticed that. Whatever. It's gonna have to stay like that. And for me, it can be hard to gravitate towards like the few casual dress options I have if I don't have like solutions for underneath them. If I don't have like the perfect shorts or the perfect tights or something like that. I want to try to find solutions to those issues this warmer season, and it's kind of the same thing with skirts too. A big part of that problem also is shoes. I cannot handle being in shoes that are uncomfortable. It just seems like I cannot find shoes that fit me, and anybody who's going to say, oh, just wear the right size is ignorant. Okay, because they don't understand. They don't understand the numerous issues that a person can have with their goddamn shoe. It, like, people's foot is all different shapes, and the shoe is not always made to suit all of those different shapes. When it comes to just, like, the width and the length, which is basically what a shoe size is, that is not enough to account for all of the differences in anatomy and, like, toe length that people have. And a lot of the most comfortable shoes out there are made to look like crap. I don't know what the deal is with that. Why shoes that are meant to be more comfortable, they're like, let's make them gray and beige. Sometimes you want to wear a dress and you want to wear a nice shoe with it, but if you have to walk any amount of distance, you really have to question what shoe you're wearing. I just want some like nicer sandals or a nicer wedge that actually looks like really presentable and isn't disgusting. And I also want things that are easier to pair with tights. People have issues and they have beef with tights with open-toed shoes. I'm getting to a point where I think I'm just gonna have to embrace it because it's hard out here. I love colored tights. That's also something I want to do more of in the spring and summer. And I've liked it for years, but it can be kind of hard to style the colored tights. The reason why I'm obsessed with colored tights is because they're very like mod 1960s to me. So especially like in the spring, like Easter eggy colored tights, I would love to wear more of that this year. I ordered some pink tights the other day and I'm hoping to get some light purple ones too. And those are two colors that I think suit me. I just think that we should normalize colored tights more. And obviously every time a new season comes around, I'm like, I want to buy new things. I want to up-level my wardrobe. But like the biggest issue is, like I said previously, is styling what I already have and finding solutions to wear those things. But I do really want more casual dresses. I want dresses I can just pull on over my head as opposed to having to like mess around with zippers and stuff like that. And also just in general, I really want to prioritize buying from the smaller brands that I love and that I have loved for years, because if you guys haven't noticed, they're like all closing down. Tons of small brands and artists are closing down. They're not able to keep up with the demand anymore and the financial like ramifications of everything that's happening in the world right now. If you can, okay, because I know not everybody can, obviously. I mean, if the businesses are struggling, the buyers are struggling too, probably. But if you can, if it's important to you and there is something that you have loved from an artist for years, I would say get it sooner rather than later, because I'm realizing like, hey, I've liked these items for years and I've been eyeing them and I could never justify the price or the cost of shipping. And now soon it's not going to be there anymore. And I just like, I'm realizing, no, I really, really want this thing. And I would feel sad if I didn't have it because I love the aesthetic and the work of this artist. So some examples of this that I'm talking about are Blush Daisy. She's going to be having a restock at the end of this month. So if you know who I'm talking about, then you need to get on this. Another artist I really love, her shop isn't closing. It's Bailey's Beads. And she hasn't made any sort of announcement that she's closing or anything yet. Favorite Child Collective is closing up shop though. Which the swan sweater, I have that from them. I think that's like the only thing I have from them. It's sad. I would have liked to be able to get more, but I'm pretty sure that they are planning on potentially reopening at some point in the future, just in a different way. But as of right now, they're like massively scaling down and trying to sell everything. Bailey's Beads does a beautiful like fawn necklace and a fruit basket bracelet that I really want. That just scared the shit out of me. A bird was like coming at my window like this. Like really, really intense bird situation happening out there today. Paris Cuttlefish, I think is how you say her shop name, who does the little polymer clay worrywarts. Those are so cute and I've always liked them and I've never picked one up. Her shop isn't closing, but it could. You never know. Like what's been happening recently is teaching me like these places can close at any time. So I'm now making it a priority to buy from these smaller businesses and buy from these smaller artists. Another place that's closing down is Vixen by Micheline Pitt, which is really sad because I didn't find out about that until now. And a lot of the styles that they had that I wanted are no more. They are no longer there. I just can't justify spending $200 on a dress right now when it's not one of the ones that I had been eyeing for a long time, because of course those are all already gone because I wasn't on top of it. I really wanted one of the blue Bardot dresses in either the swing dress or the wiggle dress style, and I really wanted that beautiful pink rose dress. My point in saying all that is to say, anybody who says when you're on your deathbed you'll never think about the things that you didn't buy, they clearly have not met me and they haven't met my friends, because we will think about and regret things that we didn't get for the rest of our lives. It really is that serious. It really is that serious when you miss out on something good. Same thing with like a concert. I'm always going to regret
the beautiful artistic things that aren't mine for me to put on my body or to display on my wall. I'm always gonna freaking regret like the shows and the concerts I didn't get to see. That's who I am. But yeah, that's really it for what I have to talk about today. I'm gonna wrap up the video probably by showing you like the last 2 outfits of this week. And it's not really gonna be anything massively special, but that was kind of the point of this video, is I wanted it to be more of like a realistic week in the life of outfits of somebody who's not doing anything crazy and who really like doesn't even leave their house that much. Because I think sometimes social media sets a standard, and I feel this way sometimes too, where I'm like, you know, I wish that I had like the energy or the circumstances to like look spectacular all the time and like wear the most beautiful, amazing things constantly. But there is a balance that has to be struck between practicality and comfort and self-expression, which I did speak about earlier in the video. This just goes to show that like you can have a sense of fashion, you can have an amazing sense of style without necessarily always showing it every single day. A lot of the people that you see online, like even famous people, obviously when we see famous people, they're all done up and they're looking their best, but when they're at home, very rarely are they actually dressing the way that they dress for their events and for their shows and stuff like that. What you see online is not necessarily the reality of what's happening all the time.